Hey everyone, this is Mark and Joey here on a Wednesday morning, and Wednesday mornings mean golf. And this is the last one though. I mean, we're into the final event, the Fedex Cup this week. We just finished doing our show on the Fedex Cup, so take a look at that. But this is our wagering show. This is where we try and make you money like we did last week. If you followed our selections, and particularly mine, you made a bunch of money last week. The winner, plus 3 guys in the top 5, unheard of, big money, big odds. And so hopefully we can do the same for you this week. Now, what we're going to be doing this week, because there's the Fedex Cup. We know with the Fedex Cup that we've got a stroke lead or a stroke hierarchy already going into it. So that plays into it. It's not just who wins the tournament. It's going to be, JT could actually lose the tournament, still win the Fedex Cup. From the tournament itself, not the overall tournament.
So what we're trying to say is without stroke. So without an advantage of 10 shots. 2 different
bets this week.
Don't be confused. The guy who makes the putt on 18 or whatever to win the tournament is going to win the FedEx Cup and all that stuff.
FedEx Cup tournament.
What we've done now is there's a bet online that has win tournament without strokes, meaning whoever shoots the 4 best rounds this week, no matter where they started, is a bet, and then a bet to win the tournament, which is winning the FedEx Cup with your strokes, like JT starting with at -10. So there's 2 good bets there. Both provide great odds. We've looked at those ones extensively, and we have come up with picks for you on those 2. Those are the 2 we like. So with the strokes included, meaning where they're starting, and without them included, meaning Louis Oosthuizen at even par can shoot the 4 best rounds. There's a bet for that, and we are on top of it. Right,
so we're going to look at both of those today. So let's start off with who's going to win the FedEx Cup, because that's really what matters. With JT having -10 and what's his name second, Cantlay second, Brooks third, blah, blah, blah. Who's going to win the FedEx Cup? That's going to be our first bet. So you go ahead with your pick.
So I have Rory McIlroy, who's starting at -5. So he's starting 5 back of Justin Thomas on Thursday. So you'll need to make up that ground and then still go on to win the tournament. I actually like his positioning. He's normally better from behind. He has the lowest rounds on tour. Like, he can easily go low, just like Thomas can, but Rory's going to be starting behind, so he's going to need to go low. So actually frees him out to play aggressive and without really consequence, because he's going to be like, hey, this is what I have to do to catch up already. So Rory at -5, 5 back. He's won at Eastlake already. He's won a FedEx Cup and won the tournament. So he likes this golf course. He can easily play it. Driving accuracy is very important. When he's on his driving, he's the best by far.
Yeah.
He's the best. As far as distance and accuracy, 9 times out of 10, he's very good with that club, which means he should have a good chance here at Eastlake again. So Rory McIlroy, 5 back, starting at -5. You're going to need to do some work, but I like that position for him. Actually frees him up to play the way I think Rory wants to play, without consequence of answering to the media on why he played aggressive, why he went for it, stuff like that. So I think Rory's in a good position there. Then we're, and by the way, 8-1. So even 5 pack, he's 8-1. I'm then going to go with Xander Schauffele, who is actually 22-1 in order to win this event. He's starting all the way back at -4. And, I'm looking at him to really go crazy if he's going to do it, but has a winner finish and a runner-up finish. So he's done both. He obviously loves this golf course, and a tied 7th. So he's someone that I look forward to going up there and winning and possibly going some crazy low rounds. Another good driver of the golf ball, another good ball striker. He can easily do it. I really like his chance. Like I said, won in his debut, 7th last year. Someone that obviously likes this golf course because he's accurate and long. Good combination this week. I'm looking for him to get it around, really, actually. He's been kind of up and down this year, so going to be very interesting.
Yeah, so that's so your picks for to win the actual FedEx Cup, and my picks to win the actual FedEx Cup is, how do you go against Brooks Koepka? Come on, like, it's going to be Brooks. He gets himself set up for these major type events. Obviously the majors themselves, but also a major event like this. He's only 3 strokes back. He's one of the closest guys there. And one of the keys I always talk about golf, how many guys do you have to climb over? So it's not how many strokes you are behind. Because if you just have Thomas at the top and then you have Rory at -5, 5 back, it's easy for Rory to make up those 5. But now you got to worry about the 4 guys between you and Thomas not shooting as good as you. So I don't like to be too far back. I think we've got Brooks in a perfect position here, only 2 guys ahead of him. You've got a couple things. Cantlay's never been under this microscope before, so I don't think Cantlay's going to be the guy there. But let's take a look at, and JT, the same thing with him. He should be there, but winning back-to-back on the PGA Tour is really difficult. So if we look at Brooks, the only worry I have is this golf course, but I don't have a worry about what he can do to get ready. So it's going to be interesting to see. He's played the first 2 events coming in mediocre, which is his style. I don't think that's a problem for him. The only concern I have a little bit is his best finish was a solo 6 at East Lake 2017. And other than that's his only top 15 on this golf course. That does worry me. There's no doubt about it. But I think in this event, he's going to overcome that to win. It is the type of event that he wins. My second choice, I'm with you on Schauffele. I think he's a young guy. He's got nothing to lose in this event. And he really has the opportunity. He's been struggling a little bit coming in, which worries me because I'm a momentum player. He did miss the cut 2 weeks before that, but he did come in T47, T26, and then I think we were at tied 7th, I think, last week. So, and he also won on this golf course, as Joey's mentioning, in 2017, and he owns a scoring average 67.88 on this course. So I think that's a lot going in Schauffele's benefit. McIlroy, I'm all with you. I really think if he wasn't such a choke in the 4th round, he definitely is a guy who can make up the strokes, but he is just not showing this year in any of the major events that he can finish an event and win. So I'm not picking McIlroy. I'm going Brooks, Schauffele, and Thomas. I mean, you do have to go with Thomas. He has a 2-stroke lead. He obliterated the field last week. So you got to put him in there. It's like a favorite in a horse race. I usually don't like to go in that direction, but he has played so fantastic. So how do you not make him part of your conversation? So anyway, I'm picking Brooks as my winner. That's the one you bet on. I think Brooks I'm getting at 5-1. So you've got good odds on that for him to win. JT's only 2.5-1. Schauffele's the bet of the week from a value standpoint, 22-1. You mentioned that.
Actually, he's longer odds. That was the odds without strokes.
So
we're going to get into that next.
So that's his, you got great opportunity there to win. And then that's my 3. I mean, that's what I think is going to be. I'm talking about the top of the board. Other than Schauffele, I think it's going to be very difficult to overcome these guys. And that's my pick for you. So go out there and bet on Brooks 5-1.
Yeah, and there you have it. So Schauffele is really our guy. Kind of all positions, I think, is really good. Also, like I said, we were talking about winning outright without strokes. Schauffele's another guy who could do that. The other guy I'm throwing in there for the outstrokes part, he has no chance to win the FedEx Cup with the outstrokes part, meaning the 4 best rounds. He might finish 10th in the tournament, but 4 best rounds this week is Adam Scott. Adam Scott is 18-1 without strokes, and he has played the most at East Lake. In fact, 11 starts. He won it way back before the FedEx Cup started, but he does have a win. He's played the most. Adam Scott is a great ball striker, and just listening to Rory and a couple of the press conferences, they've all harped on the fact that it's finally a golf course that is a ball striker's course. You need to hit great shots. 12 under usually wins it. Without these strokes, 12 under usually gets it done. It's an Adam Scott type of tournament. He's perfect at that. 3 under, 3 under, 3 under, 4 under, 4 under, 4 under. That's his style of golf where he doesn't have to make a ton of putts.
Right.
He can hit 15, 16 greens, make 4 birdies, don't make any bogeys. He thrives, in my mind, better under that scenario than having to go 25 under like last week because he can't putt well enough to do that. So Adam Scott, to me, without strokes, is my favorite. He's so far back, nothing to lose for the actual FedEx Cup. Simply can go free. Is a tough golf course. He plays better that way. His ball striking will outshine East Lake. He's won here before. I really like Adam Scott to win the event as far as lowest scores go.
Winning this event, not the FedEx Cup. Yeah.
Right. Without strokes. The 4 lowest rounds, he's going to do it.
Okay, and that's, have you got a backup to that as well?
Schauffele.
And Schauffele you think is going to do that. So,
but Schauffele has a chance to win the FedEx Cup too.
Right.
So it's a little different.
He would
Adam
win
Scott,
both. He would have to win both.
Yeah, you'd have to win both. Even Adam Scott on Sunday might not have anything to do with the FedEx Cup at all, or winning this tournament with the advantage they get. But without the advantage, he'll still be there and have a good chance to have the 4 lowest rounds of the tournament and essentially to par be the best, but may not have any factor to do with the FedEx Cup. Schauffele's going to have to deal with the fact if he is going to be potentially have the 4 lowest rounds of this tournament, he'll also be in the race for the FedEx Cup, which might cause him to play a little tight, play a little differently, deal with some pressure Adam Scott won't have to deal with. So
yeah, and it's going to be weird for those guys potentially winning the tournament without strokes and have no chance to actually win the FedEx Cup. So they could be in the middle of the pack, but they're actually the best of the week, and that's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.
My pick for the same thing is Brandt Snedeker. I think Brandt's, I'm a momentum player. That's the way I won last week with Thomas. Snedeker here has no chance. He's -2. He's 8 strokes back. He has no chance to win a FedEx Cup. However, he is in a group with a tie 6 at Liberty National, a tie 5th at Medina. He's really going into this with a lot going his way. His putting and third, he's number 1 in putting, and third in scrambling. So he's got a lot going in his benefit to win the 4 rounds without strokes this week. He's my pick. I think he's got a great opportunity to do that, and he's going to be a great odds as well. So he's my number 1 pick. My other pick, and I just want to get my notes, my apologies, is Paul Casey. And Casey is a guy who's done really well at East Lake specifically. He's at 4 top 5s. 4 top 5s at East Lake. He loves the golf course. Hasn't been as hot coming in, mainly because he took the first week off. And so he dropped from 8th to 16th on the first week off. I don't know the reason, to tell you the truth, that he took that week off. Other than the fact he could and still get to the top 30. But I think it hurt him last week. So he's a bit of a momentum. Took a week off, played last week, and now is coming in a golf course he absolutely loves. So Paul Casey is the guy I have. So there's my 2 picks, Snedeker, Paul Casey, to actually win the 4 days this week without the advantage of strokes to assist him in winning the FedEx Cup. So good luck to you. Hope you make money like you should have last week. We'll be back Saturday. No pre-cut, but we want to talk about our cut show typically and see where everybody is in the mix and do a Saturday show.
Let you know where the guys without advantage are, because it's going to be very confusing
to our wagers. Yeah. So, and then of course we'll do our Monday recap. So enjoy the golf. It's going to be fantastic. Every day is going to be exciting. So enjoy that FedEx Cup, the end of the golf season. To talk about that, a month away from hockey, month and a bit to a couple weeks from football, and month and a week more basketball. We're really going to come into the seasons that we love to play on, and especially bet on. So we'll look forward to doing that for you. Otherwise, enjoy this event and make some money.